Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial of mine. Today I will show you how we will make a pond that looks natural and round even with just the tools we have. Now I do know there is a pond in the bb.showHidden objects that is also used in some parks, but this time I'm actually using the swimming pool tool or the pond tool and use that to make a proper pond. Now the first thing you want to do is you will go to your pool tool or your pond tool. You can choose this. It doesn't matter which one you take. I always like to go for the pool one because then you also can swim in your pond, which is a nice extra. So what we'll do is we will go to the pool and you go to the first option on top and then you choose the custom pool tool. You click this. Now what you want to do is we do not want a square pool if you want it to look round and natural. So we'll just make a random shape. You can let things stick out like this. It will look really odd once you connect it back up, but we'll just go all around like this. Make it very irregular, very odd. There we go. There you go, now that made yourself a shape. And this doesn't look anything like a pond yet, but I will show you how we will manage to make this look like a proper pond right now. The first thing you do is you go to the second option that says pool trim, click it, go to the first option and select the brown color. So if you have dirt around it, it doesn't look like a white edge and very unnatural. Second thing you do is you go to your tiles, you go to the grass option, not the grass option, I mean the carpet option, my excuses. You will take the darkest carpet you can find on the second option, the very dark brown, and you just fill the floor of the pool with this. Now we'll do the same for the walls in the pool. So we'll go for the second one, fill it up, and there we go. Now it looks a hell of a lot darker already. And if you have Get Together, you also have access to the recolors of the swimming pool. So in this case, I always like to go for one of these with the petals, and sometimes I go for the green one. It depends what you want to create. I think in this case I'll keep it standard for the people that do not have Get Together. Now the next thing you do is we're gonna take some of the terrain paint and we're going to draw around it so it looks like the edge of the pool disappears into the dirt. This is a very thick line at the moment, but if you have a proper lot and stuff, you can work your way around this and make it look a little bit better. But since this is only a demonstration on how to make the ponds themselves, I am not going to do that because you can just, add some grass around it and some flowers and stuff. But that is, like I said, if you have a plot around it, like a house and stuff. Now, next thing you do is you take some rocks, as you can see. You go and type in a cheat. If you don't know how to activate the cheat screen, it is Ctrl-Shift-C. This will open that little thing on the left corner. And you type bb.moveObjectOn. That's all you need. And you will use the square bracket to make it larger and smaller. And what you do is you make it 2 bits larger, or how large you want it to be, and you just place down the rocks everywhere. You can even merge them together, like so. We'll continue this. We want this to look like there's rocks on the floor. There we go. we'll keep going a bit. If you want to know how I do the moving around like this, I hold Alt to be able to move it wherever I want without having it snap to the grid. And to rotate it, I just hold my my left mouse button and turn it around like you would rotate a normal object. But you have to be holding Alt, and I think you have to be using the Sims 4 camera as well for this to work. We're getting a bit off topic here, let's not do that. So we are trying to make this a very varied pond. We'll keep doing this. Keep placing rocks. And if you're wondering if they can still swim in it after you place all these rocks, yes they can. This rock stuff does not prevent them from doing anything in the water. Now, that seems to be quite enough rocks. Let's have one more here, because there's none there. What we do now is we go to our plants, and we start placing vegetation around it. So what you do now is you hold Alt and you hold Shift, and then once I place this, I instantly get another object of the one that I'm holding. Again, I think this only works with the Sims 4 camera, because I had people on my stream say it didn't work for them if they were in the Sims 4 camera. But yeah, the thing we want to do at this moment is we want it to look like a pond. So put lots of vegetation around it. So we'll start with the grass. This is the first option. There we go. That's enough. We don't want too much of this, right? As you can see, it's still very cornery, right? And we don't want the corners to be in there. So what we do is we go to the fountain icon and fountain decorations of the pond tool. And then you will see this water reed thing. Now, this is only available if you have Get Together, but I found this to be a very useful tool to get rid of these edges. So what I just did is I made it one larger. Again, I hold the Alt key and the Shift key at the same time. And I make some of them a little bit bigger just to make it look a little bit more dynamic. So it doesn't look the same everywhere. Rotate this as many times as possible. We'll do the same over here. And we'll do the same over here. And we go around plant by plant. It's unwise to do this with multiple plants at the same time because, well, to me it takes a lot longer if you do it. It's better if you do it step by step, because then you have more control over it. And you see this little corner over here, it can be easily transformed by just using these. Like so. And the same will be happening over here. Try to get rid of all of the sharp edges, because we do not want the sharp edges if we want the pond to look completely natural. Because you can also use this tactic as a river, by the way. That's a handy thing to know. We'll also go for some lily pads, so I'll go for one set of big ones, one set of smaller ones, and then a few separate ones right here. And a few separate ones right there. Now this is looking okay already, but we are not done yet, because in Get Together there's also the algae clumps. So you can use that to have some algae growing right here. And what we do then is we do it a little bit outwards, like, you know, like the algae is trying to spread throughout the pond. As you can see here. And we'll make a little hole here so it looks like it's not just there. That should be more than enough algae. We don't want this pond to look too rubbish and too full with the algae. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to go to your normal bushes. and you just get the other plants and you work around it. So let's put a few of these palm tree plants around it, because we are trying to disguise the fact that this is a pool and that it's a square. Well, it's not a square, it's just straight lines, because that would go against what we're trying to do here. There we go. Let's have another one of these. There we go. Now, the next thing we will take is the not grass, as you can see there. And we will put that around here as well. And this time we'll also have one really big one. And put it a little bit more into near the water. Not into it, but near it. Because we're trying to get rid of all of the proof that this is just a normal pool. There we are. Then we are going to take these flowers, which are called the low-lying pale flowers, and we'll just go around like so. There's some overhang over it. It's being used. Now, if you have a bigger pond, you can make an island in the middle, or you can have a rock in there, but this is a specifically small pond, so it doesn't really need it. Like that. And maybe you can have a tree around it. That's a small tree, isn't it? We need a big tree. Like that. And maybe like a big tree hanging over it. Let's see, how close can we get to you? That's close enough. There we are. And you can even just add your little stone pool tool right there. At the rock maybe, to jump in it. Right there. So some of this out of the way. And a little bench on the outside. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a natural looking pond. Just for the sake of it, let's go for a little wall, because we're going for that look anyway at the moment. But yeah, this is how you create a natural looking pond that doesn't look just like it's all straight edges. You can go like more detailed, you can go less detailed, you can have rocks sticking out of it. It's all up to you. But this just shows that if you make a pond, you don't need to make the pond look like a square with some plants in it. You can literally make a river like this as well. I made a lot once. Took me hours to make, but all the water works in it. But I managed to make waterfalls in it and stuff, so that was a very nice touch as well. Now, if you want a waterfall, I'll turn this in as a little extra in this little tutorial. What you do is you take a few rocks, right, and you enlarge them. In this case, let's put them right... Where would be the most logical place for these to be? Right here. Let's get rid of this plant. This is how you see some people make these fountains. So we'll have some more of these. Place them down. And what you do then is you go to the fountains bit, here, and then you click the, it's called the water emitters, and you look for the one that sprays the water not too far, but not too short. Oh, there we go, this one. And what you do is you just hold Alt and place them next to each other, not too close, just next to each other. Like that. So now we see that we have the fountain and the base rocks, and the only thing we do now is we move the 9 and 0 key to move up and down to try to cover up the sources of the water. like that. Because we don't want it to look like it's jumping out that hard. I mean, ideally, we would have another rock next to here. Like so. Maybe some foliage on top as well. So we'll do that by taking the flowers and also use the 9 and the 0 key to move it up and down. What else can we have? Maybe some of this around it. As you can see, now we have a beautiful little oasis with a waterfall, and you can jump in it, you can swim in it. It's a completely normal functional pool. So that was the tutorial. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something from it. And I will see you all next time. If you liked the video, please subscribe and like the video for more. And if you would like to see a tutorial on another topic that I didn't do yet, please say it in the comments and maybe your comment will be chosen. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.